Welcome back to Car TV updates to 2026 Volkswagen Beetle. While VW has not made full confirmation, leaks and concept previews suggest the Beetle may return as an EV, blending its timeless charm with modern technology. Fans and skeptics alike are watching closely, and several YouTube, first look, and review videos already explore what it might mean for the Beetle legacy. The core appeal of the Beetle has always been its distinctive silhouette, the round fenders, the friendly face, the people's car heritage. What's fascinating to see in the latest video reveals is that Volkswagen doesn't appear to be discarding that DNA, far from it. The 2026 redesign keeps the curves, the cheeky upright rear, and the recognizable proportions, but executes them with clean surfaces, sharper transitions, and contemporary details like flush door handles, sleek LED lighting signatures, and minimalistic body lines. The visual language bridges nostalgia and futurism. Inside, the concept-level demos show a cabin that is airy and tech-forward. A large central touchscreen dominates the dashboard, but it's integrated into a stripped-back layout that avoids visual clutter. Ambient lighting traces the contours of the interior and gives soft accents around door handles, speaker grills, and footwells. Materials look to be a mix of sustainable fabrics, soft-touch plastics, and possibly recycled or vegan-friendly elements, a direction many automakers are taking in EV transitions. The seating seems supportive and somewhat elevated, potentially hinting at a crossover-like posture rather than a hardcore sports setup. Under the skin, much of what is speculated arises from Volkswagen's modular electric platform families, particularly the MEB architecture already used in other VW Group EVs. If the Beetle were to adopt MEB, it could enjoy benefits such as flexible battery placement, a flat floor, and enough range to compete in the mainstream EV space. Some leaks suggest that VW might pursue either a rear-drive single-motor layout or even an all-wheel drive version for higher trims. But the consensus is that this Beetle will lean more toward efficiency, urban usability, and everyday appeal than performance extremes. Range estimates in the speculative reporting and concept previews hover in the vicinity of 250 to 300 plus miles, 400–500 kilometers, depending on battery size and trim. That would place the Beetle in the category of daily drivers that can handle city commutes and occasional road trips, enough to satisfy general users without pushing into luxury EV territory. Charging speeds in demos appear capable, showing DC fast charging ports and indicators of rapid top-ups, though official specs remain unannounced. What about doors and layout? Some concept treatments and video reveals hint that the 2026 Beetle might shift toward a four-door layout or at least a rear hatch arrangement, rather than strictly adhering to the two-door coupe or convertible style classic to earlier Beetles. This evolution could increase practicality and reflect current market demands. A lift-gate rear or some form of hatchback design may allow cargo flexibility. Whether Volkswagen will stick with a conventional trunk, frunk, or both remains speculative. From a branding perspective, rumors suggest a Beetle EV, or ID Beetle, moniker, aligning it with VW's ID family of electric vehicles like the ID.3, ID.4, etc. But insiders caution that Volkswagen's leadership has expressed skepticism about reviving the Beetle nameplate explicitly. In an interview, VW's CEO allegedly said, "I don't think so, because there are certain vehicles that have had their day." Still, automakers often pivot to brand nostalgia when market sentiment is strong, and the Beetle's emotional resonance is immense. YouTube reviewers have already started to weigh in. First look at the new 2026 VW Beetle, it's not what you. The host navigates initial impressions, pointing out that while the exterior styling teases a retro return, some proportions are sleeker, more modern, and hint at compromises made for aerodynamics and EV cooling. Another video, 2026 VW Beetle, full review, features, and price details. Talks through likely trim levels, probable features like driver assist suites, regenerative braking modes, and digital instrumentation. Critics in the YouTube space also point out the challenges. To what extent will Volkswagen compromise the Beetle's character to meet crash safety regulations, EV efficiency demands, and packaging constraints? The classic rounded fenders, for example, may become more flattened. The rear overhang and proportions may shift to optimize battery placement. There's also the risk that a four-door layout might dilute the cute, compact two-door appeal that many enthusiasts associate with the Beetle. Pricing is a big question mark. In speculative articles, the new EV Beetle is floated in the range of $55,000 to $65,000 in the US market context. That's premium territory, but with EV incentives, it might slide into a more accessible range. If Volkswagen positions it too high, the Beetle risks being seen as a niche halo car rather than a mass appeal model. In terms of competition, the prospective 2026 Beetle would likely stand alongside compact EVs with character, models like the Mini Electric, Fiat 500e in its newer forms, and perhaps niche EV crossovers. Its unique heritage gives it an advantage in emotional branding, but it must deliver on usability, range, and charging infrastructure to compete meaningfully in this space. One intriguing possibility is that Volkswagen might initially release the Beetle EV in limited markets, perhaps Europe and China first, before rolling it out globally depending on demand. The timing of announcements, showroom previews, and test drive videos on YouTube suggests that Volkswagen is strategizing a staged reveal, letting teaser imagery and influencer videos build anticipation. For YouTube creators and car enthusiast channels, the 2026 Beetle is already fertile ground. Video coverage falls into a few categories: first impressions, styling, design cues, comparisons to past Beetles, technical breakdowns, speculation about battery, platform, motor configurations, and opinion pieces. Will it honor the legacy or betray it? Many creators lean into showing side-by-side shots of classic Beetles with concept renders, pointing out which design elements are preserved and which are modernized. One advantage of the Beetle brand is its broad appeal. It's not just for automotive purists, many casual viewers have nostalgic attachments to it. A well-produced YouTube video on the new Beetle can attract a wide audience, from prospective EV buyers to history buffs to design fans. That makes it both a marketing vehicle for Volkswagen and a content opportunity for reviewers. At the moment, the 2026 Beetle remains partly speculative, with leaks, conceptual sketches, and insider rumors filling the gap left by official confirmation. But the emerging narrative is clear. Volkswagen seems to be positioning it as an emotional bridge between past and future, offering the Beetle's iconic spirit wrapped in electric propulsion and contemporary design. If executed well, it could revive the nameplate in a fresh, relevant way, but if handled poorly, it might feel like a nostalgia gimmick without substance. In any video or article you produce about the 2026 Beetle, the storytelling tension is rich. Can VW preserve the soul of a beloved classic while also delivering the range, performance, affordability, and practicality required by modern EV buyers? That contrast, legacy versus progress, is what makes this a compelling subject. And as more official details emerge, the YouTube world will be ready to dissect, praise, and critique every curve, spec sheet, and reveal.